Hey everybody, Week 5 Class A game score predictions. Looking for a sponsor. All the money's going to go back to the kids, go towards camps, tournaments, and anything else I can do to help make the game bigger, make these kids get the recognition they deserve. So with that, let's get into it. Let's start with the game of the week. The game I picked for game of the week. We got Butte Central coming in at 3-1, I believe, against the undefeated Corvallis in Corvallis. I don't know if it's a homecoming for Corvallis, but another tough test for Corvallis. If these guys win this game, I'm going to become a believer. Right now, I don't have them winning that game. I have Butte Central pulling this one out 42-35. So we'll see. We'll see what somebody told me they thought Butte Central was probably the best team they've played, and it's a team that beat them, Belgrade. One of their coaches had told me that they thought they were a pretty tough squad and underranked. Maybe they are. I think I have them at 7. I have Corvallis at number 8. Big matchup, 7-8. So we'll see. I'll be keeping my eye on that game for sure. Next up, let's go to Sydney versus Laurel. Laurel will be looking for their 4th shutout. Will they get it? I don't know. Maybe. Sydney's hasn't been close to being shut out, I don't think, this year. They've been averaging around 20 points a game. But Sydney does travel to Laurel. I don't know if it's Laurel's homecoming or what. Laurel's just been dominant, 67-0 last week. I'm dominating this one as well. Both teams are 3-1, I believe, and I just think Laurel's the much better 3-1 team, winning 42-14. This game I see as a potential upset special. I didn't predict the score that way. I have a system I use to predict scores, but if this game is one of the ones I miss as an upset, especially the way things have been going in this crazy Class A season so far, it wouldn't surprise me. Anaconda at Dillon. Dillon probably has, I don't know when the last time Dillon lost to anyone besides Billings Central, or probably just Billings Central in the past 13 years. I know my Class A guru out there knows exactly probably that stat, so he'll probably email me and let me know. But I got Dillon winning this one 31-21. Anaconda's been playing tough. I know they had a rough one last week against a very explosive Columbia Falls squad. They play too good a defense in Anaconda, and Dillon hasn't looked as dominating as I come to expect out of Dillon. They haven't been putting up the giant amount of points. I guess they've been averaging 30 against some pretty good squads, but I think Anaconda's defense is pretty tough as well. Next game up is another game that very well could have been, especially if Whitefish would have won, a game of the week, but since they didn't, it's not. But it's a very important matchup for them for the playoff seedings and whatnot. Columbia Falls is traveling there to Whitefish. I can't see Whitefish hanging with these guys. I know they've had some close games. Columbia Falls isn't letting anybody stay close so far. I got Columbia Falls winning 48-20 in that one. Glendive traveling to Billings Central. I don't know what Billings Central is going to show up, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. In Billings Central, they're dayless. I got Billings winning 49-7. Glendive's just been having too much trouble to try and spark that one, I think. Hardin at Miles City. Miles City got beat last week for the first time, so their record is no longer blemished. Hardin's just been playing murderer's row schedule, and they haven't even started their Eastern A onslaught yet. So it starts this week. I got Miles City winning 28-14. Very well, though, could be worse than that. I wouldn't be surprised to see 42-14 either. Next up, I got Stevensville versus Hamilton. Hamilton's been playing real strong, 3-1 on the year. Their only loss is to Columbia Falls, which they're the only team to stick with these guys. Though I was a little bit surprised. They had a little bit. I thought they would beat Frenchtown a little bit better. Maybe I'm underestimating Frenchtown a little bit. Hamilton's looking strong. I know they got some young kids. Stevensville got a win last week. I believe it's their first one of the year. Yeah, they're sitting at 1-2. Pulled out a 3-point victory over Libby. I believe it was in Libby. So good win for them. I just can't see him sticking with Hamilton. I got Hamilton 28-7 in that one. Okay, another game that an upset special. I'm not predicting it that way because of the way my system works. But if these guys win, I wouldn't be absolutely blown out of the water shocked. If you would have asked me at the beginning of the year if these guys are going to win this game, not a chance. I think it's any given Friday. Couple turnovers, win the turnover battle by a couple. These guys might win. That game is Fergus at Belgrade. I know Belgrade had their homecoming last week against Miles City. Belgrade's played a murderous row schedule, so they should be ready for these 3-1 Eagles. I got Belgrade winning 34-21, but like I said, Fergus has been playing good football. I don't know what they got going on up there, but they're doing whatever they're doing. They got to keep it up, and maybe they'll pull out an upset, and who knows, maybe be the number 1 seed in the South. They have to win that one, though. Browning at Libby. Both teams struggling a little bit. Libby's got the win against the Idaho team. Browning playing some pretty good squads this year. Polson, Whitefish, Columbia Falls. They've only been shut out once. So, since it's in Libby, I'll give Libby the win, 28-19. Next up, let's go Polson versus Frenchtown. These two teams have been powers in the past. Records aren't shining. They're both 1-3. Frenchtown's 1-3. Polson's 2-2. I think Frenchtown's played probably the little bit tougher schedule, and they're at home. So I got Frenchtown winning 27-21 over Polson. Last but not least, we got Park at Havre. Haver's offense finally showed up pretty good last week. I believe they scored 40 in their win. Park's struggling. They only have 8 points on the year, or is it just maybe even just 6? Or they got 7 points on the year. They've let up 194, 67 last week. Havre's pretty strong offense. I got Park being shut out, but I wouldn't be surprised if they score a touchdown. Havre 47-0. Till next week.